The big question of the day is, how long do you tolerate disrespect from close family members? Sometimes they treat you like you're supposed to be, like they're supposed to get a pass or something. If this is normal, it's definitely not okay, even if it's common. You cannot afford to sit back and let not now person you know talk sideways to you at any time of the day. At any time of the day. I don't care if it's your wife. I don't care if it's your child. I don't care if it's your boss. Your supervisor, your manager. I don't care if it's your pastor. I don't care if it's your mama, daddy, grandmammy, your greasy grandpappy, whoever. If you, even as a child, you deserve respect and notoriety for being human, for being somebody who could comprehend simple tasks. Nobody deserves to be talked to sideways, and sometimes it happens. Unfortunately, it does. And sometimes we will be the person who dish out this type of activity, and we will have to atone for that. We will have to make it right. We will have to apologize. Those who have a moral compass and those who value the presence of other people and respect the presence of other people, regardless of the differences we have in thought and occupation, you deserve to be respected. We all deserve to be respected. And sometimes we tolerate people BS because they are family members. I'm gonna tell you something I was going through. Or if they're not family members, they're close. So when you feel like, it's kind of like in an abusive relationship, that woman would tolerate the beating, she would tolerate the insults because for some reason she can't leave. Males go through it too. And they will feel like they can't find anybody else like them. They may feel like they can't depend on anybody else but them. They may feel like, oh, it's gonna pass, it's gonna be okay. They may have all of the wrong reasons to stay. They may have all of the wrong reasons to tolerate people's foolishness. Me, myself, I don't want to spaz out on somebody and lose something good. I've done that before. Over something petty. And it was so petty that it was embarrassing. And then it got to the streets. And a lot of people knew about it. Oh, I heard you lost your job because of so-and-so. And I'm like, how'd you hear that? You owe it to yourself to address any and everybody who has disrespected you to a point that you cannot deal with it. On my job, there is a guy who's very high ranking. And I asked him a question about jobs that are available that are not listed on the job board that we have. And once again, I asked this question twice. And I have an issue with explaining myself to where people don't understand it, or either I'm just talking to somebody who's not competent enough to interpret what I'm trying to say. And I asked him a question. I said, well, where are all the jobs that are listed that this place offers? He said, oh, it's on the board. I was like, no, those are the jobs that are available. That's what I said. On that board, there's a listing of the jobs available. And I was like, do they have a listing of jobs employment jobs that I could get when they come about? So let's say, for instance, they have cybersecurity job. It's going to have a title, right? And then I would say, okay, this is what I want to do, because a lot of people do not want to transition. They don't want to go work for somebody else. I'm that guy. I don't want to go work for somebody else. I would like to stay with this company. And so in that journey, I'm like, does this company offer that position? Yes. Okay, cool. I'm going to go to school for this, for cybersecurity. When I have my degree, I'm going to check. Or when I have my certificate or whatever, I'm going to come back, check. Oh, they finally have an opening. I'm going to apply. They don't have much in the way of describing details of the jobs in it. But anyway, this dude got an attitude, and he was disrespectful. He was rude. And I said, man, it can't happen again, or we're going to have a conversation. And I'm going to talk to this man as respectful as possible. And I'm going to have to find out a way to get through to him, even if I have to talk to HR and say, hey, let's have a conversation. I was only asking this man questions, and I feel like I was being brushed off. I feel like he was aggravated, and he had no right to be aggravated. But see, you don't want to do things like that and have backlash. That happens. But then sometimes people don't want to do that because they don't want to lose their job, because it's worse for them when there's what's the word I'm looking for? Retaliation. You know, folks, you can't. Whenever you feeling like somebody's being disrespectful or being rude or just talking down on you, don't let them do it. Don't let them do it, man. Evaluate the situation first. Ask yourself, is this really what is happening? And then it might blow over. But then you run into them again. They do it again. Some people do it intentionally, and some people do it unintentionally because they don't realize how much of a asshole they sound like or that they really are. So nobody's actually put them in check. So they go around unchecked, and people who are unchecked just continue to be a problem for certain people. And they only talk to certain people like this. They don't talk to everybody like that. But I would say family members in this scenario is the worst case because they feel like it's okay for them to talk to you any kind of way because you've been putting up with it. Don't continue to put up with it. Plain and simple. Sorry to take you guys on the roundabout, but that's just how I talk. I'm still working on that so I can be better for you guys. You know what I'm saying? And thank you for listening. Thank you for tolerating. And have a good day. Hope y'all got something out of it. Peace.